other way around. Now, I tell you that you say, so where they get the technology from? What you see is stepping stones to getting there. But are you familiar with the Tertullian period and 250,000 years? According to Dr. Ben talks about the Silk Pyramids.
How? 350,000 years?
I said 250,000 years.
All right.
Okay? All right. I'm telling you, that's an old African science of building.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm saying that the step pyramids is the first phase of getting to the next stage. So what I would say to you is, I need a school, a college, and a university, right, that clearly shows that these Asiatics had the ability to even put together mathematical equations, right, that it takes to even, it's called pi. Pi is what? The width, right, and the height. Double the width and the height. So one school, what Asiatic papyrus shows you that they had the ability to do that? Do you have that? That's my point.
It's easy because they came from a place called Sumer.
So stop for a minute. But the Sumerians themselves, you just said it, they never reached that level of building. You said the ziggurats. You said the ziggurats.
Listen, and what happens in ancient Egyptian history is Egyptians draw from other knowledge, bring it in, and they perfect it. I give them that. They perfected, perfect example. That Egypt didn't start with chariots. They didn't start with chariots. They took the Hittites' chariot and they mastered it. Hittites' chariots could only go straight, couldn't really turn. The Egyptians came and said, I got one that can turn on a drop of a dime. What they did is took the science of ancient and they mastered it. They ended up figuring it out. But it was all civilization and all nations of Hamitic and Shemitic people coming together that mastered all civilization.
So hold on. So the answer to that question is, you said it was Sumerian technology they came in for the pyramids? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying it was passed down because there is no, people just do not jump on the scene and just come out of nowhere and don't have a rudimentary foundation.
So let's translate this then.
All right.
What you're really saying is, it was Kushite technology, you know what I'm saying, that went to that area and continued pyramid building, because we know that the Sumerians, right, or Sumer, the black-headed people,
blackheads,
right, you know what I'm saying, they come out the African expression. Okay, that's what it is. And we know they got overran early in their history by the Akkadians. Okay, so any technology, so anybody in Sumer, they would have had to migrate from, quote unquote, we call it Africa, which is technology. So you said the technology left Africa and went to this portion of Africa, we call it Sumer, and came back in.
No, I'm telling you that Ethiopia, Kushite, as you know, was the three continents connected.
What three continents are you talking about?
I'm talking about Africa, Asia, and some parts of Europe.
That's funny. There's only one though, right? They ain't even a continent.
They're none of them are continents because they're not islands. Technically. Okay, we're not gonna play. We're not gonna play on Horace. But what I'm saying to you is, I don't know if you missed the part when I told you that the third was under a king called Namu, who used and joined Shemitic and Hamitic people, and that's when Sumer was at its greatest and highest peak. So that's what I'm saying to you. So when I'm going into, when I hear some of the Egyptologists, they're using places like, this is 1 million years old or 40,000 years old. They have no technology to even trace that back that far.
No, you're right.
No, and this is what I'm getting into, because one of the questions, now this is some of the questions.
You answer that question though.
I answered the question.
So you're saying that somebody from Sumer, Semitic people from Sumer.
Semitic people from Sumer.
Akkadians. So, because they are Semitic speakers.
Yeah, Semitic people is Akkad. I know that.
Akkadians. So you're saying Akkadians came in.
I'm not saying just Akkadians.
I'm saying people in Sumer.
Listen, Akkad and Sumer is two different states. What I'm telling you is that Namu band together the Hamitic and Semitic people together, and that's when you get the most flourishing part of Sumer, and that's the third.
So you make Sumer older than
Egypt.
Yes, that's the same thing the white boys do. And so what I would like to come to you is,
it's a white boy technique to you, because you're considering Asiatics as not black people. We want to
say that.
Okay.
Wait, what I said was the Asiatic people are people of color. I never said they weren't.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
I don't like you, me. I gotta say this.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Now
they're not B1.
Okay.
Right? They not the original haplogroup that originated in Africa. They're a mutation. There's Semitic that mix that Afro-Asiatic.
Because you're using the word later of Shem, that was a Hebrew word that come into Semitic, which means semi, which means a mixture. That's not the origin of the word. The word is Shemitic, but it goes into a Greek word, semi, which they break down the mixture. Now, the Shemitic people that you have today are a bastard breed. They're mixed, and that's how you get all of these Arabs over there looking the way they do. Because the original Arab was a mixture of what we see in the scriptures.
The Amorites.
The
Amorites.
Yes, the Amorites also. Because the Amorites too.
Mountain dwellers.
Yeah, the mountain dwellers who came in. But then that's why you get also the change in the formation of Amorites, because people say the Amorites are, some people say they're European. But
watch this.
But I don't agree with that.
I know. Where is the pyramid that's built, right? Khufu pyramid. Where is that in Sumer? They don't have that. This is different between mud bricks and stone. This is stone. Three-ton stone. Can you show me a 3-ton stone in Sumer?
I can show you. I can show you 1,100, 1,000-ton stone in Israel.
Nah, man, that's all. You can hit that with aliens debunked. Yo, they got the stone.
I'm asking a question. Is it true though?
No, you can show me a.
Is it true? Is the foundation stone of Baalbek 1,000?
Yes.
1,000 tons?
It's not a foundation.
Is it 1,000 tons? Is it 1,000 tons?
It was actually a stone that was there to hold back the land.
So, but you asking me about Baalbek, because now I can go with that.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a reference for that. I like your reference, right? You can go to YouTube and type in ancient aliens debunked. And talk about that exact song. My man Nazir, appreciate that Nazir. He talks about that like, man, go to ancient aliens debunked. I kid you not, right? Gives you the whole mock-up of what this stone is. People claim they moved it there. Some say a spaceship moved it there. When actually it was granted, it was already there. They just used it to hold back the earth. So no one moved that. That's my point. But in Africa, okay,
so
they definitely moved those stones.
Let's move to the Temple Mount.
No, stop. We ain't gonna go there yet. We're gonna stick to Sumer.
You're asking me about ancient civilizations and how were they able to do what Egypt has done, was move a 2-ton stone, right?
That's what I said. I said, where in Sumer do you show the technology to move 3-ton stones?
I'm Sumer. What I just showed her explained. Listen, I went to Israel because I'm showing you that technique is not just in Egypt. It's all over. If you let me explain this to you, since you don't want to accept my answer.
No, I just only reason I'm not accepting you do a good job. You twisting it. What I'm saying is the thing that you mentioned in Israel was already there. That's what I'm trying to.
Let's go to the Temple Mount.
Of what? Of whose temple?
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem
Temple Mount. Now the Jerusalem Temple Mount is 600 tons, and it has 3 different foundation stones. The one under it is 400. The one under it is 300 tons.
The archaeological remains of the temple in Jerusalem.
It's there. They have caverns there.
No,
because the archaeological date for the temple foundation is older than the temple itself.
Okay, but I'm saying that you said the temple of Jerusalem. What date?
I'm gonna make sure we're on the same page. Go ahead.
Was built by who? What's the date?
You don't know.
In Jerusalem.
You don't know.
So, but you know who occupied Jerusalem in 1200 BCE?
1200 BCE?
Yeah.
It was Salem. It was a different people. It was Jericho. It was different people. And during that time,
the Kemetics, they ruled that area.
The Kemetic got Ham. Okay. Go ahead.
No, 1200 BCE. The city of Jerusalem is controlled by Kemet.
Because you're giving the dating back to the Tel Armana tablets with Akhenaten and the correspondence?
No, they found originally archaeological find. They found sphinxes in the scriptures. That's what I'm going.
Because the sphinxes are in Egypt, and there's also sphinx inside of Sumer.
And there's sphinx in Russia.
Okay, so what do we? So that's what I'm telling you is the same people are building the same civilizations all across the world. They had just found a cutout in Peru, right? They this just as far back as the pyramids in Egypt. That's what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you, I'm not going to agree and say that this is what it is. I'm telling you what they're right. Listen to what I'm saying. The cutout in Peru, they're dating it back. What I'm showing you, it is the exact same replicas all over the world. It just isn't isolated in one place. And I told my explanation to you is that in Egypt took science from other people and they mastered it.
Listen, hold on. Wait.
Okay.
If you go to Peru, right, and touch them daggone things fall apart. If you go to Iraq and touch them daggone things fall apart. I'm saying by the time you go to Kemet, you got capstones, which is gold. Right? You got the limestone, you got the marble casing, this is white, when the Arabs took it and built their temples. You don't have a structure like that in the ancient world. That's what I'm trying to show you. You got mock-ups, trying to be, you know what I'm saying? It's like talking about a daggone Bentley and try to put a Chevette up against that. You might even know something that. You go. Yeah, that's like saying, you go. Let's try to match. Listen. Technology is totally different. That's what I'm trying to show you. You don't have that type of.
Listen. What I'm saying to you, and you're not understanding. What I'm saying is that Egyptians took technology or utilized technology from ancient Cushites and Shemitic people, and they mastered it. That's what I'm telling you. And I said mastered it. So if you're asking me, find it like this, I'm telling you there isn't no structures like in Kemet.
Right, but you know why I said that? Because your claim was this. I like to stay straight to the claim. Your claim was that some Asiatics came in with technology from Sumer, and my question is, well, it seemed like to me, they would have took advantage of that technology and Sumer first before they came all the way to Kemet. That's why I said that.
And that's because it's a process in the growth of the development.
Okay, we can leave that
if one civilization is dominant, also each civilization is going to stack off another civilization. This is how it happens. So if you see something that's great in Sumer or in Egypt, it doesn't mean it's the first. It might actually mean it's a prototype of something else, and it becomes developed into a greater thing.
Sumer didn't do that though. I say when you go there, there's a whole bunch of monks.
Well, if you look at the Masabas, they look like ziggurats.
The Masaba were tombs, and they
look like ziggurats.
No, that's how you build a ziggurat.
Okay, but that's what I'm showing you. The ziggurat was stone, the Masaba was mud.
So they couldn't get that technology, couldn't do it.
No, who couldn't get it? The Egyptians couldn't get it?
No, it's okay.
That's what I'm saying to you. Why would Egyptians, if they had the advanced technology, mimic ziggurats by making them out of mud? It doesn't make sense.
Say that again?
Why would Egyptians mimic a ziggurat and make it out of mud, knowing that they're going to last? It doesn't make sense.
Egyptians didn't make no
Masabas.
It was in brick. They did that in stone. That's stone.
So Masabas is built from a mud type.
No, it's not. The Masabas in Kemet was stone.
All right.
They were tombed.
All right. Well, I'm asking Masabas from what I understand.
Where? And you're talking about
in Kemet, the smaller, lower Kemet Masabas are dark brown color. Am I right?
I'm not sure about what color they are.
All right, we'll look into that.
Right, what I will say is this: no Asiatics, you have no proof. You're just you're putting it together in your head. I'm not mad at you doing that, right?
I'm not putting it together in my head.
That's why I say, give me a poem. You know they had blueprints, right? So you should be able to show the blueprints they brought in. You're not going to run around with the building technology in your head. You know they have writing.
Even in ziggurats, the ziggurats have incisions. Slit incisions on the side of the ziggurats, which is the same thing that's in Egypt, that's put on the side of lower quality Masabas. So that's why I'm telling you, the blueprint coming from Sumer.
Of course, the science went out to the rest of the world.
Okay, so this
come back.
But this is what I'm explaining to you. I'm telling you that one is a replica, and what Egypt is known for. If you read in this book, the bigger book, if you read it, Egypt had a lot of stuff that was brought in from different nations, and they erased these nations out of their history.
I can see them doing that.
And they did. The Egyptians, they did. No, but they did it with themselves. They did it with themselves. They erased each other out of history.
Yeah, Subject and
So when you ask me where am I going to, I say I go to this book. When you say, well, you can't use that book. Well, you use it.
I said you can use it.
Okay, I can use it. But I'm using it. That's why I'm telling you, I'm using this book to come up with understanding, because I'm not using what is already faulty and denied and sometimes showing for each other's taking credit for what another pharaoh did. This is all they did.
Let's do this.
So that makes their history inconsistent and can't be trustworthy.
Let's do this. This is what we are going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to take the Sphinx.
All right.
And what we're going to do is we're going to deal with the age of the Sphinx for a minute.
All right.
We're going to use the water erosion lines on the Sphinx. That dates back to at least